Third time's the charm, and we are live tonight for some NASCAR 06 action on, of course, KRC. Live on the channel tonight, the MBNA Race Points 200 at the Dover International Speedway on tap for today's Craftsman Truck Series race at Dover. Race number 8 of 25 on the season. Although we are still early in the Truck Series season, still only 17 races to go when the checkered flag flies at the end of the night. The Monster Mile has been treacherous to Dale Earnhardt Jr. over the last couple of days. In the Busch Series race, he ended up finishing in 6th place, but ended up wrecking, which cost him a chance to win with less than 15 laps to go while having a big lead at that. And then fast forward in the Cup Series race last night, and it was pretty bad from the get-go, and Dale Jr. ended up finishing 2 laps down in 36th. What will happen in tonight's Truck Series race, though, for Ron Hornaday? Can he turn the Dover bad streak around, make it a good finish to this triple header at Dover between all 3 series? We'll have to wait and find out. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We're about to tune into tonight's live race commentary. No practice to qualify, just like the first 2 races of the weekend at Dover. Gonna keep the same thing for this Truck Series race, and we'll see if Hornaday can go from the back to the front. Wade Solinsky, Billy Kramer, and others welcome into the stream, and let's get tonight's race underway. Same length as the Busch Series race 2 days ago, as it will be 200 laps, 200 miles. The green flag is going to be in the air, and we are underway, and Hornaday has learned from Dale Jr.'s mistakes over the last couple days, and he is just going to drop to the back very quickly through the first 2 turns. He was out of the gas as soon as that green flag was waving, and he was going to drop in line behind the entire field. We've seen some stack-ups on the restarts and opening laps before in the middle and the back of the pack over the last couple days at Dover. I would not be shocked if we see it again here, and most of the time it's been on the back straightaway towards the exit of Turn 2. Turn 2's been Calamity Corner majority of the time as well. Field not going to check up that time. You see Kevin Harvick qualify towards the back again. Michael Head, Dark Crypto, Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. Can we just skip over? Watch with my eyes closed already. I don't blame you. The Busch Series race was just a one-stopper, or looked like it was going to be a one-stopper if the cautions didn't come out sporadically there in the middle of the race. I would have to imagine this Truck Series race is going to be a one-stop race as well, with it being the same length. Lots of racing indeed. That's why Hornaday is not going to get baited in right now. He's going to try to figure out the handling of his race truck, and he is willing to stay at the back for the time being. Points leader, though, of Ricky Craven in the 99 car has been leading from the get-go. So he's obviously getting some important laps led. Hornaday's truck seems a little tight at the back of the pack right now. And Hornaday's just sitting. Doesn't feel comfortable to pass the truck yet. Now he'll get to the inside. You don't know if there's going to be a stack-up at all. Pretty narrow through turns 1 and 2. Kept it off the apron. Kept it off the trucks to his outside. Made a pass for position. Underneath the 117 truck going into turn 3. A little slide job on him. Up near the marbles, but not quite into the wall. Up high, and he gets squeezed into the wall by the 117. They were 3 wide. Off the exit of turn 4, Hornaday had cleared both race trucks, but then they crossed him over at the same time. And the 117 squeezed into the 6 of Hornaday, and I wouldn't say there was any fault to the 6 truck there, but the 117 is still upset with Hornaday nonetheless. He's going to drive underneath it through turns 1 and 2, and a little contact as 117 tried to take Hornaday out. Might try to turn him going into turn 3 again also. He's going to drive underneath him. Hornaday's just going to let him by. Man, Hornaday's truck is really tight. I thought Dale Jr.'s car yesterday was tight with damage. This truck feels even tighter than that. Trucks are a little heavier. Could have something to do with it. Hornaday on the inside of the 117. Again, makes a clean pass on him. This is the third time he's made a clean pass on him. And this is also going to be the third time the 117 is going to try a crossover tap down to the bottom. Hornaday squeezes him into turns 3 and 4. And it looks like he'll hang on to the position. We'll take our first field pass of the race today up to the 133 truck, who is mid-pack right now in 15th. Contact up ahead. 33 though, down low. Trying to make a pass for position. He did, it wasn't clean. But it was a pass nonetheless. For 14th. Yeah, I definitely need to loosen the truck up. It's way too tight. This 133 truck's handling a lot better than the 6 of Hornaday was. A couple laps I've driven with it. By the way, the 18 truck of Chase Montgomery is the new leader. Took it away a handful of laps ago away from Ricky Craven. And now we'll see where the 120 truck is in the field. And he is up in the second place position right now, having himself a good run. See if he can run down Montgomery. Derek Booth, welcome to the stream. Mark DeMars, welcome. '23 scheduled to be released in 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, it's about normal. Middle to end of the summer. Before COVID, it was usually announced before the playoffs or the chase would start. Typically. Tell you what, that 18 truck of Chase Montgomery looks really, really fast right now. It doesn't look like the 120 is closing in at all. It had a big wiggle. Clip that apron in turns 1 and 2. Was able to catch the car, still hangs on to second. Now we'll go back to Kevin Harvick in the field. He was only a few positions ahead of Ron Hornaday. And you can see him fighting for the bottom. A little contact with one race truck. Getting into turn 1. He's going to let Hornaday go. Realized that the 6 truck was right behind him. And now we'll ride with the 6. What was that? That was not my fault. I swapped the Hornaday. When I swapped to him, I went straight up the racetrack before I even had a chance to get on the brakes going into the corner. That was unfortunate. Harvick got that spot right back. Oh, trouble off turn 2. Car in the inside wall. Somebody nearly got turned. Practically did get turned and slammed the inside wall. Driver's side door first, but we stay green. I don't know who that was. It was one of the fantasy drivers. Harvick right in front of Hornaday. Team orders going to allow the 6 to try to get by the 92 of Harvick. Up on the outside. Risky to get around cars and trucks on the outside of Dover. Haven't really seen that at all between all three series this weekend, but I will say that Hornaday was able to get around Harvick there, and Harvick did let him go, so that definitely helped. Man, up in the wall and stuck against it. Once he got into it, he couldn't get off of it. More damage added to the right side of the race truck. It is not going to help the handling even more. That's how tight Ron Hornaday is right now in the handling department. Nearly going to this race. And a friend that just retired out of TRD Performance. Thinks JTG and Rick Ware could be for sale this offseason. I know it's been somewhat rumored that JTG Doherty, what was it, a couple years ago? Well, they did downsize last year. Well, really the last 2 years they've downsized. So 2 years ago, they ended up selling the charter for the 37, which was Priest's ride, and they ran non-charter full-time last year, the 37, and then they downsized again for this year with the next gen, that they were only going to run the 47 full-time of Stenhouse. So that wouldn't be shocking. I hope they don't, because, I mean, they do have competitive runs from time to time. Look at Stenhouse this year. He had a little bit of a hot streak where he had 3 top 10s in a row and won his stage in the All-Star Open to make it to the main event as well in that stretch. Hornaday's just passed the last 2 trucks cleanly on the racetrack. Going to throw a block on the back straightaway in the 137, who he just passed the corner before. Contact up ahead of Hornaday. 2 trucks getting together. The 137, and Ron Hornaday made contact off the exit of turn 4. Hornaday seems to be holding the outside well enough, but the trucks underneath him keep getting into him. He's not getting enough room up there. More contact, and we have our first yellow of the race. I like how his sponsorship is Whoa Nelly. Fitting for the description of what happened there, bringing out our first caution of the race. Chase Montgomery flipped at Talladega in 2003. Won the Busch Series. I believe you, I just can't recall it. For whatever reason, that one doesn't stick out to me. Well, you guys know the drill. If I'm involved in an accident in any way, shape, or form, cannot pit for fuel or tires, so that is why Hornaday is on pit road now, but can't pit for fuel or tires. You guys have been used to that based off of the Dover races alone. It's 16 cautions in the Cup Series race last night. Definitely not going to have that many tonight with it only being half the length of the Cup race, but we have our first caution of the race about 30 laps in. Green flag is going to be back in the air, and Hornaday going to have to go right back to where he started. 137 is arrival now, yep. I see that on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, unfortunately. Yeah, Hornaday's truck is tight, but he can actually run the outside with at least a little bit of success. Going to drop back a handful of positions, though. I think he got it up to 27th before that happened. He was being patient, and he was running the outside well. He just kept getting squeezed. And he got squeezed into the wall that third time, and the truck underneath him ended up losing control. But, again, Hornaday was involved in the accident, so that had meant that he could not pit for fuel or tires. Wanted to repair that 4.8 seconds of damage that he had on the race truck. Montgomery still in the lead in the 18. Should have loosened the truck up. I didn't want to make any adjustments either because I was involved in the incident. I look at it as an unfair advantage, being able to make adjustments and add fuel, change tires if I'm ever involved in an accident. Try to promote myself to drive clean, not bring out yellows. That's the reason why I do it. Underneath the truck, gonna make a clean pass through turns 3 and 4. Gonna move him up one spot to 35th. A lot more trucks to pass from there. Kevin Harvick's starting to make some moves. Down to the bottom goes Hornaday. Cleared one car going into turns 1 and 2 and clears another truck. So he got by 2 trucks in the span of about a half a lap. Rides right in line behind his teammate Kevin Harvick right now. Harvick looking to make a pass, potentially. Team order is going to allow for the 6 to get underneath the 92. Harvick crowding his teammate a little bit. But Hornaday gets by. And a lot of crowding going on. One truck just blew an engine and made his way to pit road. We stay green. A near block on the front straightaway, and Hornaday overdrove turn 1. He entered really flat into the corner. Oh, contact in front! Causing a stack up. Hornaday's going to enter really low into turn 3, and he may actually still pick up a position. I'm surprised he stuck the corner as low as he drove. Teammate and team owner Kevin Harvick right behind him. So a couple of fantasy drivers got together off turn 2. One got pinched into the outside wall. We've seen a lot of contact when trucks have been side by side today. Whether it's been Hornaday or a few times in front of him now. Looking to the bottom. Has a little bit of a run off the exit of turn 2. Back straight away into turn 3. A little contact. Not going to be able to get through. Trying to make a pass for 29th. Caution. Oh man, up and over goes one race truck. Hornaday got into another one and he turned him, and up and over goes the 10 of Terry Cook. Wild ride for Terry Cook at Dover. Second caution of the race. Oh, here we go again from the rear. It's deja vu. I feel like I've seen this before. Well, where did we see this? Where I was at Dover, and I was having troubles trying to pass vehicles, and I kept either turning myself or turning other people. I feel like this has happened recently. Cheetos Cup Series, welcome to the stream. Just when I joined, wanted to see somebody on the side. What the? Yeah, that's quite the sight at a 1 mile racetrack. Joey Logano flipped at Dover before. Clint Boyer ended up on his side once too. Free flag back in the air. One truck out of the race. So the 10 of Terry Cook. Gonna bring out that accident. The second caution of the day off the front bumper of Ron Hornaday, unfortunately. Hornaday was underneath him. There's just not a lot of room. These guys crowd so much at this racetrack. The AI does. They're trying to make a pass on the bottom. And whether you bobble or not, it's so easy to make contact in the middle of the corner. We've even seen a lot of the AI make contact with one another. They just haven't wrecked on their own yet. Well, they have a couple times, but they haven't actually caused a yellow. One truck slammed the inside wall, driver's side door first. On the back straightaway, nearly getting turned off turn 2, but was able to save it. Enough to at least not warrant a yellow. Hornaday would like a natural caution so he could actually pit for tires and try to loosen this car up with an adjustment. Again, this is only scheduled to be a 1 pit stop race today. Nobody has pitted yet for fuel or tires, and we're a quarter of the way home. That was a big slide job from Hornaday. It's going to be clear, though. Problem is, truck underneath him is going to try to cross him over, and he does. Oscar Ramirez Herrera and Martel Antoine, welcome to the stream. Hornaday again looking low. Into turn 3. Kind of babied it on corner entry. Pulls right back alongside that truck again into turn 1. See what I mean? How they crowd you? That was an aggressive side draft in the middle of the corner. Luckily, Hornaday didn't move up the track that time, and he actually passed him cleanly. The only problem is that if we do see a caution, Hornaday being towards the back of the pack not too long after restart with everything bunched up right now, good chance he may be involved in it. Can't have that happen. It's crowded on the back stretch. One car trying to throw a block. Made a bit of contact with the 6. Hornaday sticks his nose in. Says, I want this spot, and he'll take it. Back to 33rd again. Closes in on the 92 of Kevin Harvick. Hornaday going to the outside. Team order's going to allow the 6 to get around him on the outside. Harvick squeezes him into the wall. Oh, and he got into him. And both the KHI trucks are in the wall. That did not work out well at all. So much for team orders. Harvick just squeezed Hornaday into the wall on the front straightaway. Then Hornaday got in the left rear of Harvick and then ended up in the wall himself off the exit of the corner. And they're right back to 34th and 35th. What a terrible transition of events that was. I think I can safely say that Dover's my worst racetrack on this game of the tracks we've gone to so far. I don't know how I finished 6th in the Busch Series race, to be completely honest. This is the only Truck Series race at Dover this season, thankfully, but I believe there's one more Busch Series race there. I know for a fact the Cup Series is going to go back there in the chase. Dale Jr. going to have to deal with it at least once, maybe 2 more times. It's just crazy because I've been good on the short tracks on this game, but for whatever reason, Dover, not only I'm not good at it, but it's also my worst track, and it happens to be a 1 mile short track. crossover from the 82. Hornaday cleared him, slid up a little bit too wide off the exit of turn 2, and the 82 crossed him back over. Trying to get him loose off the exit of turn 4 so Hornaday could double cross him. Oh. Contact. Hornaday's up the spot, I guess. William Albright, Josh Hazen, welcome to the stream. From Anaheim, California. Home of the Mighty Ducks. Still a long ways to go in this race. Just over 130 laps remaining, 135 to be exact. Chase Montgomery still in the lead. He's dominated the majority of this race today. Ricky Craven came in as a points leader, led a little bit at the beginning of the day. Hornaday is in a pretty tight points battle. He's third in points, only 77 points out from the lead coming in. And again, we only have 17 races to go on the season in a season-long points format. Once the race concludes tonight. And we actually have 3 straight nights of Truck Series racing on the channel, as tomorrow night we go to Texas for the first time on the Truck Series season. And the Texas races were absolutely wild in both the Cup and the Busch race, so I'm sure it's going to be a crazy one tomorrow night. That will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, Hornaday's got some catching up to do. Definitely going to have to make a major adjustment during the first and likely only pit stop of the race. This is scheduled to be just a one-stop event. Not sure when that window is going to open up exactly, but I imagine we'll see some trucks pit as soon as it does become the case. Despite everything that's happened today, we've only had 2 cautions. They went up the hill, but not enough to slow him down. Was actually able to use a little bit of a side draft in the middle of the corner to make another pass on that truck to his outside. Really good corner through 3 and 4. Hooked the bottom all the way through. On a side-by-side racing right in front of the 6. Hornaday dives it low into turns 3 and 4, down towards the bottom. Gonna go 3 wide. Will they make it off the exit of the corner? A little contact. One truck got in the outside wall, stacking up another, and Hornaday passes 2 trucks through turns 3 and 4 because of it. Big block by the 117 truck going into turn 1. Hornaday beats him back to the gas, but is not going to be able to get underneath him on the back straightaway with the 117 blocking him. Hornaday almost gave up the bottom off turn 4, but not enough. 117 crowds Hornaday. Hornaday gets into him. 117's in the outside wall. That was definitely the 117's fault that time. Hornaday was on the bottom and he got crowded, and unfortunately, yes, Hornaday got the spot initially, but now he's in trouble and he's in the walls. He got stuck on the outside off turn 4. And back to 32nd, gained 1 spot to lose 3. All because of the 117 throwing a bad block in the middle of turns 3 and 4 1 lap ago. Knocked Hornaday's momentum up, and he had a swarm of trucks behind him going into turn 1 and lost the inside lane. Spirit of Black, welcome to the stream. More blocking right in front of Hornaday. And more contact with it too. Hornaday's had enough of these guys. He cannot catch a break tonight. He hasn't been higher than 27th in the running order all race. He's getting pinched down on the bottom through turns 1 and 2. On the apron he goes. Contact with the truck up high. Still trying to make a pass. Finally does. It's 11.3 seconds off the lead. I think Miles the Monster's been toying with me all weekend. Definitely the most frustrated I think I've been with this game. It's been fun until we got to Dover. Even the Busch race again wasn't bad. Pretty decent race, finished 6th. You know, I had a shot to win towards the end, didn't get it done. Cup Series fell from 2nd to 6th in the standings in one race. With a 36th place finish, 2 laps down last night. Hornaday 3rd in points today, 77 out from the lead. Needs to have a good points day, especially with this being a much shorter season than the Cup and the Busch Series. And no chaser playoff format like in the Cup Series either. Alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. 120 laps to go. Haven't seen anybody hit pit road yet. I'm almost wondering if you're Ron Hornaday if you should try to short pit. I don't think it would be a terrible decision, to be completely honest. Running outside the top 30 right now as we run. Got the Whoa Nelly truck right back in front of him again. Good exit to turn 4 for Hornaday. Going to get to the inside into turns 1 and 2. And he's going to make a clean pass for 30th. Goes up the track though, just a little bit. Got back down quickly enough. Wasn't going to get crossed over that time. One truck blowing up on the inside of the racetrack. That's going to be another position for Hornaday. And that truck will get to pit road, will stay green. Gotcha, cars Miles throws at you. He's been throwing a lot of trucks at me tonight. And cars last night too. Dover night looks cool in your opinion? Yeah, that was always a fun one to race in these old EA games. Talladega under the lights, originally Martinsville under the lights before, of course, now we have Martinsville under the lights. At the time we didn't. Trying to force a 105 truck in front of him to maybe make a mistake. Make it easier pass for Hornaday. Quarter tank of fuel left for Hornaday to the end of the race. We definitely know if we get to halfway, he can definitely split the race in half. Again, short pit, you run the risk of going a lap down and really this far off the lead if you're Hornaday. At this short of a racetrack, he may go 2 laps down. But he hasn't been higher than 27th in the running order yet today. He not only needs fresh tires, but he needs to make massive adjustments. He has not been able to today with nobody pitting during the first 2 cautions. Hornaday spinning both trucks, causing both of them. Going up the track, got a little tight. He didn't make contact with the 105, was able to side draft him enough through the middle of the corner and clears him off the exit of turn 4. Passed him on the first attempt. Runs a really good set of corners through turns 1 and 2 to try and pull away from him a little bit. 2 trucks out of the race today with engine failures. Hornaday down to the inside, off turn 4. Hornaday is going to be the one to aggressively side draft. A little contact up in front of the two trucks that are side by side right now. Contact up off the exit of turn 2. Hornaday was getting ran tight all the way through the corner, and he clipped the apron a little bit, bobbled up the track. Better than spinning out, I guess. Still nobody has hit pit road. "24-game winning streak, my goodness." Talk about turning your season around. I did start up one more season on the season mode on NHL 22. Want to win the title with the Red Wings without making any transaction moves this time. Their actual roster from last year. And won the first 2 games, 2-0 right now. Beat the Lightning and the Canucks. Hornaday down low into turns 3 and 4. He's going to pit. And so are some trucks in front of him as well. Window is open to the end of the race. Full tank of fuel, 4 tires. Going to take the round of wedge out of the race truck right now. Going to put a pound of air pressure in. That's going to be a little slow up. So green flag pit stops at Dover. The first and only stop of the race. Hornaday going to be some of the first group of trucks on. He saw the field was starting to pit. Chose to come down now. The window's open to the end of the race. Trying to make up some time on the leaders by pitting early. And hopefully, with these fresher tires, he can be a little bit quicker. Plus with the adjustments to his race truck as well. Kevin Harvick's on pit road as we speak. And as they get up to speed at Dover, Hornaday's got a run on one of the trucks. It was on his outside. Into turns 1 and 2. Hornaday was able to keep his truck down on the bottom pretty well. He'll get around that truck on older tires pretty easily. Needs this to stay green. The 120 out in the lead right now. He was in second place for a large part of this race, but it's going to be one of the trucks to try and stay out, lead some laps, get some bonus points. Hornaday is definitely 2 laps down. We'll get both of them back once everybody cycles through. He was in 27th when the pit stop started. It'll be interesting to see where he'll actually cycle out. He was about 12 seconds off the lead, maybe 12 and a half. So interval-wise, compared to the leaders, we'll see how much he might be able to gain as well. It's moving up the track a little bit, but that's because I feel like I'm getting into the corner a little too flat. And it's so treacherous to run the bottom and risk clipping the apron and spinning out. Like we saw in the Cup race a couple times yesterday with Dale Jr. and once in the Busch race, which ultimately cost the Jr. a shot to win. Bobby Hamilton to the 0-4, up on the outside. Ron Hornaday down low into turns 1 and 2. Getting ran tight, contact up the track, into the wall go both trucks, and we have a caution. Oh man, somebody else just piled into Hornaday. Not Hornaday, but Hamilton, and that is going to trap Hornaday 2 laps down. He didn't get tight that time. He just got ran so tightly all the way through the corner that he moved up because he may have clipped the apron just a bit. And once he made contact with the 0-4, he couldn't get off of him. Third yellow of the race. And the trucks that still had to hit pit road are on pit road as we speak. Jerry Fasnat, welcome to the stream. I have to look up the trivia question for tonight. This has been a rough go for Ron Hornaday. Hasn't been higher than 27th in the race. And now he's trapped a couple laps down, unfortunately. Let me pause it real quick and try to find a trivia question for you guys tonight. Another Dover track fact. All right, easy question tonight. Only one race in NASCAR Truck Series history has had more than 10 cautions at Dover. What year was that race? That is tonight's trivia question on the channel. You get one attempt to try to guess in the chat. So again, only one race in Truck Series history at Dover has had more than 10 cautions. What year was that race? Each person in the chat gets one attempt to try and get the question correct. Hornaday 2 laps down after that caution. And Jerry Fasnat got it right out of the gate. 2005 was the year, and Kyle Busch won that race. That wasn't part of the question, but yep, 2005, Jerry Fasnat got it. Outsider, thanks for tuning in. See you in the chat as well. First person in the chat to bring out an answer. Well, there we go. Caution's out. Debris will bring out the fourth yellow of the race. The first caution that wasn't caused by Ron Hornaday tonight. Hornaday ran over that piece of debris. He's going to pit for 4 tires just in case. Really shocked you got it right. Well, congrats, you did. Yeah, 2005, there were 11 cautions. Kyle Busch won. 49 of the 200 laps were ran under yellow. 6 lead changes in that race. Busch started 5th. One in a Chevrolet. A little hiccup on the front tire changer. I guess Tony Stewart ran in that race. Finished 2nd. Tony Stewart in the Truck Series just sounds odd. Interesting. Well, we're getting ready for another restart following the 4th yellow. Green flag back in the air. We'll have 90 laps to go in the restart. 120 truck in the lead. I'm not sure how many other trucks are 2 laps down along with Hornaday. See how many spots he could potentially gain out of it. Back at 34th again. A little bit fresher tires than the rest of the field. But he's also got some damage from the 3rd yellow of the race where he and Bobby Hamilton got together. Pretty straightforward race from here to the end. No more scheduled stops. Are they going to pick up one spot on the restart? How many spots are available for the 6? Hornaday going to get blocked quite a bit. Harvick squeezes one truck down on the bottom of the racetrack. Going to be 3 wide up off the exit of turn 2. Harvick on that 3rd lane up high. And they're going to wreck. No caution. Unbelievable. Harvick's still in the wall. What a rough day for Hornaday and Harvick. Oh, and he just about turned his own race truck. What was that? Harvick upset with Hornaday again. Says Harvick's neutral. I don't know why he did that. That's the 2nd time he sideswiped me today. Harvick's frustrated. Hornaday's frustrated. And it has been an absolute rough performance for at least 2 of the Kevin Harvick Incorporated trucks today, and one of them is a championship contender in Ron Hornaday. And another is the Cup Series regular. Hornaday's definitely going to be losing some valuable points today towards that championship. Going into Texas tomorrow, which we know is another treacherous racetrack on this game. Luckily, I was able to get a top 10 in both the Busch and the Cup race there, but it was not easy, and I'm sure the truck race tomorrow won't be either. The 153 is in the lead. Alternate through the different camera angles one final time in today's race. About the next 6 laps. 78 laps to go right now for the race leader in the 153 truck. Could see another fantasy truck go to victory lane this season. Does seem like Hornaday is slowly catching the back of the pack. Trivia: if NASCAR drivers had a fight, see who is the most wins in a season, who would win? That's not really trivia. Trivia is usually like something factual, not like a prediction. Are you saying for like this season, or I don't get the context of that question either. It's a little too vague. Let's look at the far chase cam for the rest of the race now. No clue how the long run speed's going to work out for the 6 with this setup. It definitely feels faster than the previous setup, but I don't think Hornaday had a very fast truck to begin with tonight. Probably fitting he started towards the back. He's going to have a good night at Texas tomorrow. 77 points out of the lead coming in, and if he has a rough finish, it is not going to work out well for him. I will say, I've clipped the apron a few times today. I haven't spun out. It feels a little bit more stable in the Truck Series to clip the apron at Dover versus the Busch in the Cup Series. You just spin right out immediately. Saw a little 3-wide battle. Guy spoke too soon. I didn't spin out, but I did slap the wall pretty good. This has to be the most difficult track to drive in this game so far. I haven't gone to Pocono yet. I'm actually scared because that's the next Cup race. We didn't get a chance to race there in NASCAR 05 because it wasn't in the game, so it's been a while since I've raced Pocono on an EA Sports game. Got to go back to NASCAR Thunder 04 almost 2 calendar years ago. That's going to be something. Good thing that's next week. Hopefully get some momentum build up before then. Hornaday still has positions that can be gained. We don't know how many trucks he can actually pass that are also 2 laps down. We'll have to wait and see. Definitely be the longest green flag run of the race if it stays green to the end as well. We did end the Cup race over 80 laps green to the finish despite having 16 yellows. Surprised we didn't have another one in those final 80 laps. Same would be today, but only 4 cautions, of course, in this race being much shorter. Oop, contact through turns 1 and 2. Probably not the last time we're going to see contact today. So it's not just Hornaday who's having a hard time trying to pass trucks today. Seems to be most of the trucks in the field having the same issue. Big gain through turns 1 and 2. Into turns 3 and 4. Had a bit of a run for a second. Gets to the bottom in turns 1 and 2, looking to make a pass for position, and does. Up to 29th. Hornaday got crowded again. He was almost clear of the truck to his outside when that contact happened, and quickly, look at all the time he lost after the hit. Had to slow the truck up to keep from spinning out again. I know I'm going up the track a little bit, but they're turning down so aggressively into the corner too. They leave such a big hole open for you to take it, but then they arc it into the corner so deep to try and make the corner with as wide of an arc as they have, but they don't care if you're underneath you or not. They're going to come down right on top of you. Sometimes they make contact, even if I did hold my line, and sometimes they don't. But even if they don't, it's hard not to make a mistake when you get squeezed that tightly in the middle of the corner. What a time it took for Hornaday to get up there. We'll go back to Kevin Harvick, who's a little bit further behind Hornaday, even in the 34th place position, also 2 laps down. Well, the worst part is, though, is I was the one involved in the caution. Another product was just being ran tightly while I was trying to pass Bobby Hamilton. And I slipped up just a hair. I mean, maybe more downforce would help. Keep the car glued to the track a little more in the middle of the corner, but I feel like there's already a lot of downforce in it at the same time. Go to the 133 car. And currently he is in 6th place. And he is on the outside lane right now. Going to get down to the bottom into turns 1 and 2. The 133 truck's in the heat of a big battle for position. Going to lose a spot to Ricky Craven in the 99 and fall back to 7th. I haven't seen Chase Montgomery lead, really, in this second half of the race. And the 133 truck's a lap down right now as well, in 6th. So there are a lot of trucks trapped at least 1 lap down with the caution in the middle of green flag pit stops. There are not many trucks on the lead lap as a result as well. We'll go to the 120 truck. We do know the 120 has the lead with 50 laps to go, and he's got almost 3 seconds ahead of 2nd. Even with the struggles that 2 of the Kevin Harvick Incorporated race trucks have had today, they still might have one of them go to victory lane. And the 120 and another one's in the top 10 and 6th. Currently. This 120 truck is handling probably better than any of the other 3 right now. Another good reason why he is out ahead. Gonna have a good shot to get a max points day as well. Continuously pulling away. 3.1 seconds now ahead. We'll go back to Ron Hornaday for the rest of the race. Hornaday in 31st right now, going into turns 3 and 4. 47 laps to go this time by. Justin Warburg, welcome to the stream. Had upwards of 20 people watching the stream so far tonight. Only 13 likes. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already for more daily NASCAR content. We'll be Truck Series racing again on the channel tomorrow night on NASCAR 06 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Texas Motor Speedway for a 250-mile race on that very, very edgy mile-and-a-half racetrack. So a lot of yellows in both the Busch and the Cup Series race there from AI-related cautions. Not because of me wrecking. That's only me at Dover for whatever reason. So, should be a fun one tomorrow. As wild as Texas can be. Trying to get that 137 truck a little out of shape in front of him. He got a bit loose into turns 1 and 2. Hornaday closed in on him quite a bit. Try to battle him for 30th. Down to the bottom goes the 6. Hornaday's there. Went up the hill again, making contact. Oh my goodness. And the 117 had all the time in the world to miss it, and he somehow piled in so far after the fact. Causing about a 4 to 5 truck pile up on the back straightaway. And they were really slow off the exit of turn 2, but they were there for a long time before the 117 came in and piled his way in. And that time, Hornaday actually had a lot of room underneath, and he still couldn't hold it. And onto pit road he'll go. Cheater Cup Series selling virtual nachos at the virtual concession stand in the chat. I just want this race to be over. I don't want to go to Dover again on this game. I've had it. Thank goodness this is the last race here for a while. I'm not looking forward to having a chase race here later in the season, I'll say that much. This track has just been brutal. I don't even know how many trucks are on the lead lap regardless right now, or how many Hornaday could even catch for position in the first place. Are you kidding me? How did my... I don't even know how that happened. My wheels spun on the restart and it just took a left. That was unbelievable. I'm speechless after that. That was caution number 6 on the race. That was a big hit. I'm surprised I didn't DNF the 6. He's got spots that can be gained. I don't think wrecking out would be very good. The wheels spun on the restart, and that's the reason why I got on the apron in the first place. Like, my wheels spun on the restart as soon as the green flag dropped and I was able to have control of my car. And when they spun, I ended up going left, and then when I hit the apron, I went more left. Oh my goodness. Self-inflicted wounds. That had to have taken a lot of speed out of the 6 truck. You'd have to imagine hitting the tire barrier to the front of the pit road entrance head on like that. Dale Jr. slid into the barriers last night in the Cup race too. The right front first. It wasn't like that. It was after a wreck off turn 4. But I did not think those tire barriers were going to be a problem. There was a spot gain for Hornaday. You always practice to qualify. Yeah, sometimes I like to make it hard on myself. Tonight was not a good night. I should have known with the first couple races at Dover not to do that. And I did it anyway. Now a couple rivals are right in front of Ron Hornaday. You know what? As long as I don't cause an accident, I can do this, I think I'm just going to start running through people because there's no way to pass them clean around this racetrack because they don't race you clean. 137 got to give Hornaday quite a bit of room for that. Well, he did. And then he ran into the side of him off the exit of turn 2 trying to wreck him. Hornaday held on. He got the spot out of it. And everybody good on fuel and tires at the end. Can the 120 truck hang on with these late race restarts? Not too many trucks on the lead lap. He may be the only... Well, he's not the only one on the lead lap because he had about a 3-second lead earlier. So he definitely is racing at least one other truck. Hornaday has one rival in front of him and one behind it. Well, the one in front of him is blowing up. That's going to be another spot for the 6 truck. He's going to get down to the apron. And that's going to end his day. That's the easiest way to pass a rival right there, ladies and gentlemen. Just have him blow an engine right in front of you. That's another spot, though, for Hornaday. It's a good thing he didn't DNF those last couple accidents he was just involved in. Still hasn't been higher than 27th in the running order today. Gonna have team orders to try and allow for Hornaday to get around the 92 of Harvick. Harvick not going to sideswipe Hornaday that time, and Hornaday makes a clean pass for 30th. Right, there's at least some positions to be had up ahead. Maybe we get more engine failures before the end of the race. They've had a few of them already. Could be a capability of more cautions as well. We've had 6 of them, and we still have less than 30 to go. A lot of side-by-side racing up ahead. One truck just got in the wall outside of Hornaday. Off the exit of turn 2 up ahead. Big gain going into 1 and 2. Hornaday hits his marks. Not going to be easy. He's going to get underneath the truck off turn 4. 24 laps to go. Hornaday on the bottom. Trucks on the outside stacking up. On the apron. He didn't actually get loose that time. Contact up ahead. Saw some sparks flying. Hornaday going to gain a couple spots and is up to 28th. I just passed 3 trucks in a row cleanly. Oh, hang on. Contact. 3 wide off the exit of the corner. And now Hornaday squeezed on the bottom going into turns 3 and 4, but he makes it. I thought there was going to be another wreck right there off the exit of turn 2 as there were 3 wide, and I think it was the 30 truck of Chad Chafin who got pinched on the outside. Hornaday got a spot on the bottom, then he got squeezed going into turn 3 by other trucks trying to fight for the inside at the same time. And Hornaday's up to a race high 25th place position. And he's passing trucks clean right now is the big thing too. Really the first time all day. Better late than never. He's going to lose the bottom, though. One truck is going to get underneath him. Hornaday going to fight back for the inside, though, into turns 1 and 2. That truck behind him is going to go a bit wide. A little breathing room now for Hornaday. Rod G, welcome to the stream. How many more positions are available for the 6 truck of Ron Hornaday to gain? 18 laps to go. Really low on the front straightaway. Trying to find a way underneath the next truck in front of him. He's got to run back straightaway. Looks low into turns 3 and 4. Contact, he runs that truck up the hill. That aggressive move. And that wasn't even a pass for position. Truck not on the same lap as Hornaday. The next truck was, though, so he's up to 23rd. The 120 for Kevin Harvick Incorporated is leading the race. The blocking continues. Caution! Oh, big wreck! Big wreck! Oh, we didn't get to see the replay. I spammed through it. I didn't see that until well after the fact. Caution's out for the 7th time after a pretty hard hit into the outside wall in turns 1 and 2. Bringing out another yellow late in the race. Green flag back in the air. 13 laps to go. And they'll rack them and stack them again. Hornaday might have just given up the bottom on the restart. He's going to fight for it, though. Back down to the inside into turns 3 and 4. And he'll be able to hold on to it. Wish you could have saw the replay. Just kind of spanned through it. Hornaday squeezes back to the bottom again. Oh, squeezes the truck. Up the track he goes. He's sideways getting into turn 3. Hangs on to it and hangs on to 22nd. He's definitely starting to use his tires up now. Oh, another truck into the outside wall in turn 1. He's going to stack the field up behind him. Oh, there was... Oh, that was for me. I was going to say there's major smoke in turns 3 and 4. That was for me the lap before. Had something happen up towards the front of the field. Another late race restart for the 120. Might see some debris cautions from that last yellow. I'm hoping to have a shot at a top 20 still. This is as high as Hornaday has ran this entire race. Nine laps to go, considering he's 2 laps down. Race could end under yellow if it happens really, really late in the going with a few to go. No cautions on the final lap if we do get there. 10 laps to go for Hornaday, 8 to go for the leaders. Can the 120 truck hold on to get the win for Kevin Harvick Incorporated? Show the replay of the wreck after the race. It might not be on there. The highlight reels at the EA Sports games are a little harder to, at least with this one. Might not be able to see it. Down on the bottom is Hornaday underneath the 30 truck of Chafin. That was not a pass for position. Another truck towards the outside. 2 of them, in fact. Hornaday way on the bottom. Almost making contact. 1 truck in the outside wall. Hornaday did gain a spot out of that somehow, and he's up to 21st. It's another sketchy moment. Thought we were going to see another wreck. Hornaday's going for it 3 wide. Squeezes underneath the 30 truck of Chafin. Hornaday's in the top 20. Chafin not for position. I did not think this was possible tonight. Still in the back half of the field. A top 20 for Hornaday if he can just hang on for the final 3 laps. 120 truck is pulling away again off another restart. We get a caution now. The race is likely going to end. Hornaday went risky with it down to the apron to pick up a spot that wasn't actually a spot. It was just a lap truck that he was battling. Tight pack up ahead, 2 by 2. Likely into the back half of the top 10. White flag will be waving this time by, and if they get to the final lap, a caution will not come out. If we do see another wreck, we've had 7 cautions so far today. That's a lot for just a 200 lap race on a short track in the Truck Series. And the 120 truck going to go on to victory lane. Hornaday will finish in 20th. Only 4 trucks finished on the lead lap today. 1 hour, 39 minutes to get through this race with 7 cautions. Trying to recreate the trivia question? Yeah, 2005. 7 cautions in the truck race. That's exactly what happened. In real life, only Kyle Busch won. He wasn't in this race today, though, so that wasn't fair. John Hamilton leads the most laps today. Max points day. Good for Kevin Harvick Incorporated. Oh, no, he did not lead the most laps. 91 laps led. There's only 5 bonus points. Chase Montgomery led the most. Knew he led a lot early. I didn't think he led that many. 92 laps led, so just 1 lap shy of a max points day for John Hamilton. Shigeki Hattori led 1 lap today, finished in 2nd. Simpson 3rd. Bobby Hamilton, last truck in the lead lap, finished 4th. And Marvin Sheth rounded out the top 5, so 2 Kevin Harvick Incorporated trucks finished in the top 5, and 1 got the win. Brandon Witt finished 6th, Jackson 7th. Chase Montgomery, who led the most laps, got trapped a lap down, finished 8th with that caution. Midway through the race, that was in the middle of green flag pit stops. Ricky Craven ended up finishing in 9th with 5 laps led, and Todd Clover rounds out the top 10. And I don't think, yeah, so I was the first truck 2 laps down, so I couldn't have passed anybody else for position at the end of the race. So Hornaday finishes with 198 laps completed, so 2 laps down. Margin of victory was 1 second, 7 lead changes. In real life in this race there were 6. We were pretty close to like almost replicating it stats-wise. Kevin Harvick finished in 30th, also 2 laps down. Trapped with that caution. He's been trapped a lap down because of cautions on the middle of green flag stops a lot. I'm surprised he keeps short pitting, to be completely honest. Claiborne, Goldston, and Jones were the 3 drivers who DNF'd today with engine failures. Again, 1 hour and 39 minutes to get tonight's race in. And I am glad Dover is over. Oh my goodness, that was a rough 2 nights of racing at Dover. And even the Busch Series was rough, but I still finished 6th somehow. The Czechs 400K will be the next race on the channel. 250 miles at Texas. 167 laps in the daytime for race number 9 of 25. Again, that will be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So can't wait for that one, and can't wait to see you guys there. Surprised there was no debris cautions from that big wreck in turns 1 and 2. Hornaday loses 2 spots on the standings, falls from 3rd to 5th, and he went from 77 points out of the lead to now 119 back. Still within 1 race worth of points at least. It is a tight points battle right now. The top 8 are within 1 race worth of points with just 17 races to go. Brandon Witt has just a 2-point lead over Ricky Craven and only 53 points over today's winner, John Hamilton. Alright, that is going to wrap things up today. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 8. Again, Texas truck race on NASCAR 06. We'll see if we can get Hornaday the win there. Let me check the season stats real quick, because I don't think Hamilton has won a race. He won a Busch race, but I don't think he won a Cup or a truck race, because he's also in the Busch Series in the 120. This is the 3rd fantasy driver to win a race this season, and in 8 races we've had 7 different winners in the Truck Series with 3 fantasy drivers, and Ron Hornaday, the only driver to win more than 1 race this season. And that was when he went back-to-back, winning at Martinsville on the short track and Old Spice Speedway on the only road course I've still ran so far in NASCAR 06, and it was in the Truck Series. Alrighty, that is going to wrap things up now. Thanks for everybody tuning in tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I was wondering why I wasn't getting... Oh, why you weren't getting... You said that, and I thought my mic was unplugged the whole time. I'm not going to lie. That would have been terrible. You guys have obviously been hearing me. I don't know why I thought that was the case. Alright, I'm going to hit the hay now. I got to work tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.